Here we go. All right. Good afternoon, everyone, all my AI enthusiasts. Now, today we know that we have a masterclass on Canva AI, which is no wonder to all of us, right? In today's fast-moving world, AI, definitely we all know, is no longer a future concept. We are all living it. And one of the most accessible tool or the platform and one of the most powerful studio that can actually help us in designing, creating, and presenting the content is Canva. And that's one of the main reasons we started talking about how we can utilize one platform, one single platform to do multiple things. And the whole concept of today's masterclass is based on that. So in today's session, what are we going to do? We are going to take a storyline. We are going to take a journey. You might find that there are so many tutorials available on Canva and different platforms, right? But one of the things is, can we do something in step by step so we can use one content for the other tool? And we keep carrying that particular content and making it advanced so that you can utilize that advanced created content for different usages as well. So I thought of that particular storyline and I created the whole session based on that. So you can understand the concept of how you can use Canva in creating different type of contents, right? So we'll start creating by text. You might have gone through my slides, which I've sent you. If not, you can have a look. You can open it in front of you. It doesn't have any links at the moment because I'll be publishing those links later after the session. So we'll simply start with text, adding the prompt, creating a simple content, transforming the text into a visual using the text to image component. We'll also be using Magic Studio, which I'll be taking you pretty much some of you or most of you must be aware of that. But today we will see what we can do in different ways. We'll also be using some of the components where we can transform objects, texts, we can animate our designs. And without converting or copying and pasting too much information into different formats, we can present our information using the same format that you have created, or you can convert it into PowerPoint slides without doing so much efforts, right? So without working hard, we will be working smart. So let's say our goal today mainly is to show you how to use those tools, save your time, enhance your skills, and make your personal and professional life much more easier and productive, okay? To start with, of course, we will, I'm gonna take you quickly to the acknowledgement of the country. Of course, I do pay my acknowledgement to the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet and learn today. We pay our respects to elders, past, present, and emerging. We recognize the continuing connection Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander peoples have to land, waters, and community, and let us learn and create with respect and responsibility. To get started, the first very important thing, you must have an account, okay? There are many ways of having an account on Canva. One of the easiest way is to just quickly search for Canva on Google or any other browser. But because we are mainly specifically targeting AI, Magic Studio, you can simply go and type canva.com.magic and you can straight away go to that particular page. If you have already created your account, it will prompt you to log in using your account. If you haven't, you can simply sign up. Okay, I have created my account using Trendy, which is my silo company. So just to show you, because I had my personal account with different accounts. So once again, we wanted to go from the very, very basic, considering I'm also a beginner on Canva and what I can do. So when we pretty much go and log into Canva, one of the main pages that we land is this particular page, which is home page, okay? For some of us, it might be overwhelming in the beginning because there are too many components on Canva, and Canva has really established itself as one of the very prominent designer platform where it can actually do all the job that graphic designers and all the developers can do. But we don't have to learn so much coding and all the other stuff, because Canva has also introduced coding, which we are not going to cover today. We are going to cover in one of the other master classes. So let's get started and see what we can do and what is the first thing that we will be developing. So meanwhile, I'm taking you through to each and every component. Please feel free to open the platform on your side at your end and try to match the pace with me. I'll promise that I'm going to go slow because I've already done all the recording and all, so it will be easier for you to go through. Now, AI, we all know, requires a prompting. So we will start with Magic Write. This is one of the most favorite component or area of mine at Magic AI on Canva, because it allows us to, without going to ChatGPT or Magic Copilot or Grok or Claude, any other place, you can actually create the content over here, all right? All you have to do is to activate it. You have to go on homepage and actually click on doc. So just quickly showing you a quick demo on how you can do that, okay? So what you have to do is basically click on the doc over here and open this particular page in order to activate the Magic Write. Magic Write is right on top of the doc. You can see there's a toolbar over here. You can see the Magic Write. All we have to do over here, when we actually go to the Magic Write, you have to put a prompt. Now, what I did, in the PowerPoint slide, you might have seen, I've given you the slide with the prompt. You can definitely put any prompt. Today's topic I have actually taken, it's my dream holiday. And it actually is one of the dream holidays. I really want to go to Japan. All right. I wanted to go in the cherry blossom season, but it's already gone. So it's probably next year, but planning should be somewhere in the beginning, right? So I've used that particular dream holiday as a context to create the whole storyline. So over here, write a friendly paragraph about a dream holiday. You can choose any other place, or maybe you can choose different contexts, not even holidays at all. Our main concept is to create a content. So it does the similar job of the generative prompt technology. And the more specific we will be, the better the content will be. We have already gone through the basics of prompting so far. And you must have realized that, yes, being very specific makes a huge difference when we are creating the content. Okay, so we're not going to the very basics of prompting now, but I'm just showing you what can happen. So it generates content for you, but there are much more elements, other elements over here as well. So what are the other elements? It allows you to add more to this information. And if you want to keep that particular content along with what else you want to do. So I said that I want this to be written as a first person, that I'm speaking about it. Okay, so it created that particular thing. I've used the insert button and I have got the content over here. So whatever we needed with the Magic Write at this particular stage, it's done. Okay, you can watch this particular recording again, and that's one of the reasons why I actually recorded that step by step. So we got the content. What do we do with this particular content? Let's make it more visual. So I should be able to see what I can see when I go to Japan, right? Let's say I don't have any access to the Google and I don't have anything. So I'm just creating a big visual plan for myself. So the second tool that we are going to use on Canva AI is text to image. It's also called Magic Media now. Text to image was used in the previous versions of the Canva. Because Canva is evolving, so as the terminology is evolving. So let's see what we need to do over here. We'll be able to utilize that particular content that we have created, and we are going to use that as a prompt to create that particular image. And let's see how we can do that. One of the important things I would like to highlight over here, when we have created the content over here, you might have noticed that the content that we created had a very, very large words and the texts. One of the things when you are actually creating text to image, you got to remember this particular text limit. There's a text limit on the Magic Media, and it's always good. It's a best practice to whatever you have written, try to summarize this particular information to maximum 25 25 to 30 words, not more than that. Okay, remember that. So let's see what we can do with the content that we have created. We are going to use this particular content, but we're going to take this content and put it somewhere. Okay, so I'll show you where you can put. All you have to do is copy. And I've also shown you how you can reduce the information. So you can see that particular magic, right? What you can do is, while keeping it here, you can click on shorten, and it automatically shortens it for you. Suppose it is still not up to 25 words. You can actually give it a prompt instruction, keep it within 25 words, and generate it again. Okay, so what did it do? It actually created it very easy for us to take this information and now create a visual for us. Got it? You can actually change some information if you don't like that information. I don't want sushi to appear on my picture, so I actually changed a little bit of information. I've also given some prompt on on the slides that I've shared with you. You can use that one. Or once again, if you want to use this particular thing or keep it really, really simple, you can do that. Now, before I go over here, if you haven't noticed, what I did is I've actually copied this particular information and have taken you to the home page. From the home page, what you're going to do is you're going to click on one of the, now I've taken Instagram post as an example, but absolutely you can take any other social media, or you can actually take a poster, any place where you want to create an image. Okay, so there are multiple formats given to you. You can choose whichever you like. I took Instagram because it's very popular, right? Everyone has Instagram account and you want to probably put what you're creating. Once you click on Instagram, on the left-hand side, you see there is a navigation panel. As soon as you click, you will be taken to the place where is a navigation panel. You can see design, elements, text, brand, uploads, tools, projects, and all these things are there. Now, let me tell you, these all play a very, very important role when you are creating any kind of content, whether visual, written, or you're creating any animation, PowerPoint presentation, or a video. Okay, I will show you some of the components today because they will be really, really helpful for you whatever you're creating. So in this particular specific scenario, because we want to create a visual, what we will do, we are going to use the Magic Media. This used to be called text to image earlier. Okay, now when you create Magic Media, you see there are three options: images, graphics, and videos. So you can see with the prompts itself, you can certainly create graphics and videos too. But in here, we are just focused on creating the image with the prompt that I have actually derived over here. Simply paste the prompt. You can select the styles if you like. You can do filmic, you can do whatever different type of styles you might want to try. It's always good. One of the good things about Canva AI, what they do is the system, it generates different images to share with you. And you might actually want to check which one suits your expectations, which one you like. So I've chosen one of them. Okay. Now in the slides, I've given you the instruction of creating a cartoon image that I'll show you as well later with a similar kind of prompt. So you can also regenerate if you don't like this particular image. But I think I've just, for the example, I have kept that particular image because I just wanted to show you what we need to do. Okay, so simply what we have done, we have copied our prompt, we have pasted in the Magic Media to generate the image. Once again, I'm quickly wrapping you. Okay, so Instagram post, quickly just showing you because sometimes things can be really fast. Chosen the style and just generate the image. Okay, it gives you some sample images. Once again, just like any other platform, we have to be very, very specific. The more specific we will be, the more specific the image will be. Got it? Now we have created the image. What can we do with that particular image? All right, this is the third tool or the component which I really love about Canva, Magic Studio. That's what we call that. Okay, so we are going to now use Magic Studio to a little bit edit our image. And we'll be using certain components of the Magic Studio where you can actually do amazing things. All right, so some of the very, very highlighted areas I'll take you through. So in this slide, I've actually given you a quick prompt formula. You can, with the use of Magic Edit, which we are going to use now, we will be able to take out some of the components from the image, and we can actually add something within that particular image very easily. All right, all we need to know, what do we want to add? So let's have a look at some of the elements of Magic Edit. So in this video, you might notice that I've already created a cartoon image using the similar prompt. Okay, all I need to do, or all you need to do when you are actually adding a prompt, when you want to create a cartoon image or Pixar image, you can create multiple different types of images, right? This was a little bit of realistic. This particular thing, I've used the same prompt to create a cartoon style image of cherry blossom trees, similar to what I've created earlier. And you can create some other formats as well. So let's have a look how we can use the Magic Edit. Okay, so using the same image that we have created, all you have to do is click on that particular image. Okay, so I think I have just shown you how I can use the second cartoon image in the next page. How to add the new page, add different image if you want to use it as a reference, or you want to create different pages. Now, in order to use the edit, Magic Edit, all you have to do is click on the image, and just as soon as you click on the images or the content, what it does, it actually gives you the toolbar straight away. Okay, so once you click on the image, it gives you edit. Click on the edit. As soon as you click on the edit, it gives you a sidebar with multiple options. Now, this is your Magic Studio. And it is not just the Magic Studio, it has all the apps for making your content or visual content much more prominent. And whatever you want to add, you can add. Whatever you want to remove, you can remove. So it's everything you need is over here. You can remove the background, you can add a new background, you can do a lot. Okay, then you have filters, you have certain effects, and you have certain other apps. So let's have a look what we are doing over here. We're using some simple feature over here. So after clicking edit, we'll go to Magic Studio, we'll keep on scrolling until we reach Magic Edit. Okay, before we go to Magic Edit though, we need to know what we want to remove. So in place of that, what we want to place. So remember, Magic Edit is where you want to replace something in your image, and you want to add anything else. Okay, so that's what we're using Magic Edit for. So to start with, we select the image, we click on Edit, and we click on Brush and the selected area. Once we have clicked the brush, let's see what I wanted to do. I wanted to remove a part of the cherry blossom, or probably I wanted to put something over here. That's why I've highlighted. Okay, you can change the size of the brush for more accuracy, and put a kind of prompt what you want to add. So what I did is I added a prompt where I specifically asked AI to add colorful flying lanterns in the sky above cherry blossom trees. And I added a little bit more specific numbers over here because I wanted, I didn't want one, I wanted multiple different lanterns. So let's have a look what it actually did for me. Did it actually listen to me? And trust me, I haven't trained Canva, especially with this account. Okay, so it's already been trained and well trained. So all the other pictures, they didn't have the lanterns. Can you see that? Only one of the picture had the lanterns. So this is how we can actually create. Now going back, we have added the lanterns. What is the next thing I want to do? I want to show you one more time how we can do that. So let's say this time I want to remove those buildings and I want to add something else. Japan is really popular for Mount Fuji, right? I definitely would like to go and see Mount Fuji. And I really want some snow. Of course, Mount Fuji is never without snow. So let's see if it can give me a little bit of realistic picture of Mount Fuji. And it does take time. Probably my internet is not so fast, that's why. But let's see, out of all, I found this one okay. Rest of them is really bad. I didn't have time to do the generate again. So I just picked one of them, which was looking a little bit realistic, and I just left it over there. I didn't stop there though. Okay, I wanted to show you something more as well, which I'm going to show you in the next tool. So Magic Edit, amazing tool, right? You can replace something very easily with something else by giving appropriate prompts. Yes, you can go in the elements as well to add the elements. You can actually add graphics. You can do much more, but I just wanted to show you one element at one time so you do not get confused. So for now, at least we are clear that we can actually use brush to remove the item. And by clicking on Magic Edit, you can actually pick one item, what needs to be added, just like what we have done here by adding lanterns and the Mount Fuji. Now we have got a basic picture where we have added some lanterns and Mount Fuji, and we have got the basic picture, right? Let's move ahead and take a next step. In here, I would like to show you a little bit more items of Magic Studio, how they can help you to make your image or visuals even better. So we'll be looking at Magic Filter, Magic Grab, and Shape Cropper. Okay, they sound very fancy, aren't they? So let's have a look at filters, what they can do. Filters, just like our, camera filters, they can actually give you dual tones, different tones, warm, cool, vivid. I like taking pictures, and I always like to do some settings so that, whenever I take picture, even in the dark, it can actually glow and it can give you the best contrasting images. Magic Grab Size helps us to remove or resize the objects, okay, or probably extract something out of the image we don't want to, and probably add something else. And Shape Cropper, it's funny. Okay, I'll show you what Shape Cropper can do. It just, it allows you to make the things very prominent, to put in certain shapes. So when you're creating visuals, it pops up. So let's have a look how we can use each of the elements, okay? I hope you're following, and if you have certain questions, definitely you can ask me later. So let's get started. Now, in the previous step, if you remember, we edited our image, and we are going to start from exactly the same place. So in order to change or make your image more fuller with different tones, definitely you can click on Filter on the left-hand side, and you can change or increase the intensity. You can see there's a huge variety of different patterns and different colors and tints by default. So I think I've chosen Vivid. It actually gave me a very bright, but then I changed it to, I don't know why I changed. I think I changed it to Capri because the cherry blossom season, it's a little bit like that. I think so. That's what my friend told me. Okay, so I've chosen the theme color, but now let's have a look what we can do with the Magic Grab. Okay, so with the Magic Grab, as we know that we can actually grab the item. So all we need to do is click on click. So I'm going a little bit back just to show you. Oh, sorry, probably I was here. A little bit further. Okay, click on grab. And here on this place, when you click on grab, it gives you brush, click, and foreground, and many more options. But for now, what we are doing, and we are doing an activity where we can actually resize the item. We can change the size of the items, and we can move it here and there in the picture. Okay, so all you have to do is click and select the item. So I select one of the lanterns and grab. Click on the grab. Okay, it's gonna give you a kind of box which will allow you to either completely remove that particular item or maybe change the size of it. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of resize of this item, move it a little bit further, and I can also duplicate. I can make some copies. It gives me option on plus on top of it. So you can duplicate the items, okay? And move the things. You cannot remove or move other items because we haven't, considered clicking on grab using the other items. So we've got a little bit more lanterns. I wish I could have added more colors as well, but just wanted to keep the thing simple. Now I want to do one more grab to show you how we can do the grab for other people as well. I didn't want to do the grab for the girl, but let's do something with the Mount Fuji, right, that we have added in the last exercise. So with the Mount Fuji, we are going to do the same thing. We are trying to increase the size over here. All right, it's all about resizing. Yeah, I tried to put it somewhere else, but it didn't really, okay, it didn't really work. So anyways, I put it back and I just tried to increase the size just to make it look not very much weird, okay? So that's how we can actually do the resizing using the magic grab. Coming back to click on edit, there's also a section of shape cropper, which I'm going to show you in different image. So I've created some other images as well. This image I have just created, I've just taken a cartoonish image of typing a prompt of a short hair corporate trainer teaching in a classroom. Okay, I thought it would create something, so it created this one for me. So let's talk about crop, how we can crop or use the cropper. So cropper, as I said, it emphasizes on certain items. So what you can do, clicking on the edit, it gives you an ability to choose frames. Okay, and you can choose multiple frames and just reset what you want to emphasize on and click on that. What it has done, it has created a separate section of that particular face I have actually emphasized on, and it has actually enlarged it just to make it a little bit more cartoonish, right? So cropper, it's good that if you want to emphasize or create some stickers and all, and it gives you different filters as well, as you can see on the left-hand side. So it's a kind of good visual effect if you want to add on to your content, right? So we have seen the filter, we have seen the grab, what it can do, and we have also seen the crop, what it can do. We are still keeping the same content that we have created. And now the next step, we are going to see how we can expand, how we can use another very good feature. Now, I think most of us, when we actually try to insert any image on PowerPoint or any other doc, what we do, if we want to really expand it, we click on it and we drag it right towards the corner. It's the hardest part to do because sometimes the, what do you call that? The pixels. If the pixel of the image is really, really low, bad, what it does, it actually creates a very blurry image. So here, it actually removes that particular error. Canva does that. Okay, so let's have a look. The magic of crop and expanding the images. So coming back to the platform, let's see how it does. So here we go. Now I've taken, for this particular exercise, I've taken the cartoonish side of the same image that I've created and I've shown you earlier. All right, so let's see what we can do and how we can do it. Whatever you want to do, if you ever want to go in the edit phase, all you have to do is click on the image. That is the first step to ever start editing anything. And unless you click on the edit, it will not take you to the Magic Studio or any other area of Magic. So do not get confused. Anytime if you want to edit the image, whatever you have created, click on it and it will give you the edit bar or the toolbar. Click on the edit and automatically this particular whole navigation panel comes to you. All right, I think I have actually speeded up this particular video. No, it is fast. Okay, I did it very fast. So click on edit. And here in the Magic Studio, click on expand. Expand is basically towards the very end of, yeah, here. Okay, so just have to click on the expand. Go on the section, I think I did it fast, so I'm actually trying to do it again here. Okay, now it gives you two options, crop and expand. I've shown you both. What is the function of smart? What is the function of crop? Crop is, we all know, it actually crops a part of that particular image if you don't want to include something. There's a smart crop, it can actually crop your image to a certain size for different formats. You want to post it on Instagram, blog, LinkedIn, but there's also a free form. So free form allows you to choose a specific area and pick that particular area. On the other hand, expand is where you can actually choose that particular image to expand it to the whole page. Just showing it again. When you come from the crop to the expand, it gives you once again select a size. Either you can select freeform, whole page, one-on-one, or 101, I'm in the square, and there are some other sizes available as well. For the demonstration purpose, I have actually talked about the whole page. And I just wanted to show you, even though the image looks so small, the pixels of this image is high, very high. And that's one of the reasons when we click on expand the image, right? And we click on whole page and click on expand, what it does, it actually screens the whole the image and shows that the pixels and the quality is being maintained and expands the whole image to the whole page. It's going to take some time once again, but once again, it gives you multiple options. I've checked some of the options where Canva AI went crazy. I don't know, it was broken plane or something. I don't know what it wanted to add. So I picked the safe image which looked really, really clear. Okay, so just taking one of the very clear image where there are two photographers. We can see Mount Fuji and some cherry blossom trees and green grass. And once again, you can keep on editing. You can filter this image to make it even look better. And I think for this image as well, I've shown you how we can use the Magic Expand, because once again, we want to see whether this image gets blurry or not. Okay, so let's see what happens with this particular image. Just to let you know, this is an Instagram post and there's a specific dimensions of this particular image. So it is, whenever you're creating, you have to pick the right dimensions so that it goes. So if you're creating a PowerPoint slide, pick the right dimension of the slides. If you're creating a post, just like here, I have picked the Instagram post. Now, once again, it has actually changed the dresses of the girl. So anyways, I like this one, the flower. So I picked it. Somehow my Mount Fuji was, yeah, it's still here now. Okay. I thought my Mount Fuji has disappeared. All right. So we have got a very good idea now how we can actually use the expand and crop feature. So it actually allows us to create a full post rather than having the white lines or borders around, because sometimes we don't need the borders, and it actually increases or enhances the quality of the image. Okay, so let's see, once we have created once we have used the crop and expand feature, what can we do further? Okay, now you should realize that I'm using the same content. I haven't changed the content. We are just trying to use the same content, and we are trying to advance the different tools that's being given to us in the Canva, and we're just transforming our content to a better level. The next step, which I'm going to show you, is how you can use Magic Morph. Morph itself is a transformation word, right? So it just creates a very different appearance to whatever you're going to create. I'm not a designer, so I've just used the basic skills of understanding of color palette and everything. So forgive me if you are a designer, if you don't like the color palette or anything if I'm using, but I'm just here to give you a demonstration, okay? So let's have a look what you can do with the morph and where you can find the morph. So just like any other tool, when you are actually finding any platform or any tool, all you have to do is click on the picture. Okay. Also, I forgot to mention in the beginning. You can also find this Magic Studio tools. Towards the left-hand side at the bottom, you can see those stars. That's an icon for AI. Okay, so you can actually search and you can actually type in the search bar to find the specific tool that you're looking for. So it's cool, right? You don't have to always rely on the navigation panel. Now, for this activity, I've also shown you how you can embed or enter some of the items from the elements. If you have never used Canva, this could be useful. So elements are one of the very, very handy features where you can go and you can add photos, you can add videos, frames, you can add graphics. And to use Morph, we do need certain format to be able to use the morphing feature. So Morph doesn't allow you to add pictures or something, but some graphics, definitely Morph allows you to use Morph works very well on the text and the graphics, okay? So for this activity, I'm just going to show you how we are going to add some of the graphics over here, and we can use the Morph feature, all right? So going back, a step back, once again, this is how we're going to start. So we go and click, and we add elements. I've just added Japanese lanterns because it's all about Japan. So I'm just using the theme and click on it. It also gives you some magic recommendations sometimes if they have available. So I've chosen one kind of graphic that I can use. And along with the graphic, I also want to show you the text. Okay, so once again, can we use the magic right over here? Yes, you can. All right. You see, after the elements, there's a section called text. When you click on here, it gives you certain options. Add a text box, magic write. Also, we have brand kit, which we are not going to talk about today. I'm going to do a separate class for branding using Canva. We are going to discuss brand kit over there. And so all the different features, you can actually add multiple font combinations and everything. So here, what I've done, I have actually clicked on Magic Write. And even here, I'm so lazy to create a title by myself. So I have requested Magic Write to create a title for me that is suitable to go with this particular picture and see what it does. Probably it was not so accurate, or so yeah, I think I was slow in creating that particular prompt. So, Japanese garden with tourists and lanterns and Mount Fuji. Create a title for this image and generate. So it created one title, and maybe I said a little bit shorter because it's too big. So I wanted a little bit shorter, and it did create something which I copied and pasted. Okay, probably it's not one of the best titles, but it's okay for the demo purpose. So okay, let me put it down. And I think I've actually added or edited something because it didn't make sense. Tourist and lantern lit garden with Mount Fuji. It might be okay, but I think I've added it later. But anyways, let's have a look what I did. In order to go and activate Morph, what we need to do. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go back again. On the left-hand side, it gives you Magic Morph. You click on it and you click on the item you want to morph or transform. So in this scenario, what I did is I actually clicked on the lantern, you see, okay? And as soon as I clicked on the lantern, if Morph recognizes that particular item and there is a right format, it actually selects this particular image straight away over here. Otherwise, it gives you error that Morph doesn't recognize this particular element. So there are elements that Morph doesn't recognize, videos or something, but graphics and text, it's one of the best thing we can actually utilize. It also has some elements you can test with, but just for the demo purpose, I use this particular graphic. And you can either choose one of the examples they have given over here, or you can actually write a prompt. How do you want it to look? Okay, already used a lot of prompts, so I think I just decided to go with one of the samples they have given. And I don't know why I actually just clicked for the Halloween lantern. I just didn't even notice that it was a Halloween one. And just see what's going to happen, all right? I got scared, all right? And I just picked one. And yeah, and I said, no, I want to go for a different one, okay? So I went back and I just deleted that and I just created something else. So this time I actually said, okay, let me type something in the prompt. And I typed multicolor lanterns. And let's see what it does. Okay, so sometimes you want to try, right? You want to try different things, what it does, and maybe you come up with something that can actually work with you for other elements as well. All right, so it's just a matter of, meanwhile, I was trying to make my title a little better, but I think I made it even worse. So we pick one of the lanterns, it was okay, and I just deleted the old one. And here we go. So we've got some multicolor lanterns. And I don't know why I did what I was doing in the title, but I just wanted to reduce the amount of text so we can actually see. I've just removed Mount Fuji as well. And I just said, tourist in Japanese garden. Beautiful. Okay, no, sorry, Japanese garden. Okay, just wanted to keep it simple. Now, I wanted to morph this as well. Okay, so I've chosen one of the elements or magic morph over here, but then I couldn't find anything. So in the prompt section, I just simply said bright red and highlighted text. All right, so just waiting for the morph to do its job and see what it does. Okay, another disaster. And this is what I was talking about. If some graphic designer is going to see my color choices, they are going to just leave. All right. So, of course, this is not one of the best. And if you are culturally aware, that's not one of the best colors to be. I know it's in the flag, but still, they don't use much in the text. So I had to change that. Okay. And what I did is I changed the prompt to bright red and black. So instead of bright, I just changed it to dark red. Yes. And generate new results. Sorry for the bad choices I made, but at least we got to make some choices, right? Now here, also meanwhile it's creating, I wanted to show you that you can use this particular magic write button over here, the pen. And basically you can actually do a lot of things over here. Oh God, it's going too fast here. So in the magic write, I would like you to try multiple things. I've given you some of the things like shorten, how you can do that. You can also use more fun. You can actually change the tone, more formal. Sprinkle, fade us. This is a very interesting type of tone, which actually creates a very beautiful message. You can change the voice. You can also generate the quiz and generate AI voice. So voice is a part of our tutorial, which I'm going to show you very quickly today. But let's keep on generating our morph in the text. So see what it does this time. Come on. It's too slow sometimes, right? Anyways, we got something which was a little bit acceptable. And what I did is I have chosen one of them. And still, it's not one of the best, my friends. But just for the demo purpose, I have decided to just use this because I also wanted to show you something more, how we can add some more elements. So you can add as many elements as you feel like. I just tried to make it more Japanese. So I added one temple over here. And even because this is a graphic, you can change the formatting and make it morph. So here, because it's a traditional temple, I tried to give it a little bit of woody kind of vintage look. So click on it and change it to a little bit of vintage look and see what it does to the image. I know I'm pretty sure that you can do much more better job than what I'm doing, but I just wanted to keep the things really, really simple so you can do a better job and just pick whichever you feel like, okay? And all you have to do is just delete the old image when you get the new image. Ta-da! Okay, so that was the beauty of morph, magic morph. All right, next we have created the image. We have also added certain elements. We have also used morph. And now it's time to see how we can add a little bit of animation in that image, okay? Still images are okay, right? Can we do something? Can we shake our images a little bit? So Magic Animate allows us to do that. Gonna use the same image as we have created. And this time, we are going to add certain elements which are going to move. All right. So in this image, I didn't have much space, right? So what I tried to do is I clicked on it and I tried to add something that can be moving. So I just tried to add car. And you can laugh because I tried to add big car and then it became very smaller because I just wanted to show you. Okay, yeah, it just fell on her head. And then I just tried to resize. And I really wanted to run it from there to here, but it's okay. So yeah, I wanted to run it from there, but it could have run over her, right? So I just couldn't do that. So anyways, I placed it over here. Now, in order to create the animation, all you have to do is click on the image. And just on top of the picture, there is an animate button in the toolbar. You just have to click on animate. And once you create that, click on that animate, you will get a navigation section where you will have your button called create an animation. That's an AI section. Okay. So once you click on animation, create an animation, what it's asking you, it's giving you a sample way of how to do that. You can actually drag the element around the path that you want to drag and create that particular application. So I just wanted to run the car straight, so I didn't want it to run over her. Anyways, I want to also give you another example of how we can actually create another animation in the cartoon. So what I did is I tried to create the bird flying, all right? So I wanted to pick one stagnant picture and just check that particular thing. I love that particular bird. So I just picked that one. I think it's beautiful. And I created an animation using a path over here. And I didn't have the mouse, so I created using my mouse pad. And so I didn't realize that its wings are not moving, but once again, it just did its basic job of learning how to animate, right? But then on top of it, I realized, oh my God, she's not even moving her wings, so I need something a little bit more realistic. So then I picked another bunch of graphics, and I wanted to show them coming and then leaving the picture. Once again, did whatever I could to make it okay. Everyone is dancing. I don't know. Okay. So you can see you can actually create some animation by using drag and drop the things from one part to another. So that's another element that can actually add a good kind of animation with ease. You don't have to do much. I mean, of course, when you go in the animation, I'm just going to quickly show you, it does give you elements on automated animations. You can click on it. You want to expand, pulse. You can do that as well. But I just wanted to give you a real animation that you can customize on your own. Okay. Once we have done that, the next thing I would like to take you on is a journey on how to create presentation. Okay. Now, remember, up until now, we have created 3 pages. One, we have created a realistic picture. Second was cartoon, animated version of the similar picture. And the third one was a quick, inserted image of a corporate trainer in the classroom. So let's say we have a presentation that we are delivering on the journey of knowing, planning for the Japan and how the Japan looks like. And towards the end, I'm sharing it with my students. Okay. So let's see what we can do. Can we create a presentation out of it just using the 3 pages? So there is definitely a section where we can do that. So there are 2 ways I'm going to show you how you can create presentations on Canva. Both of them are easy way. Okay, none is actually difficult. So very first one, we would like to create something because we have created this, right? So we have got 3 pages now. And you click on the share, and there are certain areas where you can click on see all. So see all. When you click on see all, you find that there are certain areas, either present and record. And or you can download the whole presentation as Microsoft PowerPoint. There are three things which you can do with your own created documents, remember, okay? So all you have to do is click on the three dots, coming over here, click on the share. After clicking on share, it gives you this particular section, share design. You can actually click the view version of this particular presentation with anyone by sharing the link, or you can print with Canva as well. But what we are really looking is presentation. So you can present and record, you can present, and also you can download in the PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. So this is actually good because you don't have to recreate the whole presentation if you think this is ready, okay? Now, moving forward, I want to show you how to present and record because it gives you a little bit of idea how it looks like. And I did record this. Okay, I was using my FaceTime for this demonstration, and I was really cold this morning. So you can see I was wearing a jacket. And I think I muted my mic while I was doing that. But you can see that you can professionally record this whole presentation, and you can upload your recording either in Canva Cloud, or you can, because Canva is also linked with Google Drive, remember that. So they allow a Google Drive. You can actually copy the link from Google Drive to share your videos over here and vice versa. So that is one way, okay, how you can share. Let's have a look at the second version. So you can share using present and record is done. Present, okay? When you click on present and you are online, what you have to do, you can simply click on share and present, okay? Yeah, my animations are working when you are presenting online. Everything works, what you have created, okay? So you can see this is working. And of course, I didn't create any animation over here, although I cropped the image, the face, so it's still appearing as giant. All right. So those are two ways of doing the presentation, creating your own content. Now, I want to show you how you can create your PowerPoint presentation. We all want to do that formal way using Canva, but not so hard way, okay? So you must be using multiple different AI platforms, Gamma and all those. Definitely, they are fantastic, right? So let's see how we can use this. All you have to do is go on presentation. I think I went too far, so I'm just gonna quickly go here. On the home page, you click on the presentation and carry on. Takes you to the blank slide. All you have to do is in the left section on the navigation panel, because it's a magic presentation section, it gives you suggestion on what type of templates you want to use, or you can actually insert your prompt over here. So what I did, I said, create a 3-slide presentation about a dream trip to Japan in a soft and colorful style. Okay, so let's see what it did. It gave me option. And the best part of AI, it always gives you recommendation on the top. It's a magic design. And it has given me multiple options to choose from. If I want, I can add the media, which I have actually created. As you can see, I've clicked on the video and I can add the ones I have created. You can click on that and choose files. But let's say I don't want to choose it. I just want to create this presentation from the ones Canva AI has suggested. Okay, so Magic Design has suggested. Click on one of them and apply to all 3 pages. Now, having these slides doesn't mean that you cannot change. You can do any change you like. You can click on the color palette. You can change the color palette. You can also add your brand colors once again, which we'll be covering in another topic, masterclass. And also we can animate. And in the animation, we can choose any kind of animation if you like. And it applies to all the slides. Where PowerPoint, you have to go and do individually, right? So this one is just amazing and mind-blowing. It allows you to just create everything in one go. Of course, customizing is one of the things which we always have to do anyways, right? But if you are writing good prompts, definitely it allows you to create wonderful presentations. For this one, I just kept it really, really simple because it was just, oops, sorry. Just it was for the demo purpose. And it allows you to, once again, download the presentation in PowerPoint or share the link online or public view link. So sometimes you don't even have to download and share and send it on the different platforms like via email as an attachment. Because what happens when you send the presentations via email, if you want to make any changes, you cannot, right? So you have to resend another version. So sometimes it's wise, right? When we're working in the online world and AI world, always try to share the view links. I always do that. I share the view links and most of the times wherever the formal work is required, on the shareable view links. So if I want to change anything, even after sending any of my clients, I can still make some changes, corrections, and whenever they're going to open, they will be able to see the edited version. So that's something that you can learn. If you're already doing that, that's good. Now, this would be the last section, and I'm keeping my eyes on the time. I think we are very much, pretty much on the time. And thank you for your patience as well. And let's have a look. Towards the end, I also want to show you how you can use your already created content to generate a video. And not just video, you can also have a voiceover. Now it's called Magic Video, Magic Video, and Magic Voice. So how we can do that? Let's have a look. So once again, I just pretty much liked all the content that I created so much that I've kept on using. And the reason why I've used this because I wanted to show you how you can create one content in one area and one tool, and we can keep on developing certain different elements, right? So what I did is this particular slide, I'm just going to mute myself. I'm going to run this particular video because I had to speak while I was recording this screen recording. So I'm just going to increase the voice over here for you, and I'm muting myself so you can listen to what I did. What you wanted, the content that you have created, you want to convert that into a video with a voiceover. Canva does that as well. All you have to do is have to have a script that goes with all of your pages of the presentation. Go on the AI voice. Once you click on that, you can paste your script on the side and choose the voice. I've chosen this one, and I'll go with Annie. On page 1, okay, just going to create AI voice. Now, there is a way where we can actually reduce the voice to make it really, really smoother. And I'm going to show you how. Okay, so this is actually 106 minutes of recording the script. And however, the presentation is only of the 15 seconds. So first of all, what we will do is we are going to just make the sound a little bit better to hear. Okay, and we are also going to fade in and fade out. Maybe not in, but fade out. Okay. The next thing is we just don't want any more pages, so we are just going to delete this particular page that was created. Let's play and see how this is going. Okay, so I'm just going to play. On page 1, I started with Magic Write to create a simple holiday description. I then used that prompt in text. Now, thing is happening that the voice is going over what I needed. So I needed a little bit more the page 1 to stay longer. All you have to do is expand this particular page until photo. I enhance the image using Magic Edit. So once again, still need to expand it. And let's see. Add prompt in text to image to generate a realistic photo. I enhance the image using Magic Edit to add lanterns and Mount Fuji in the background. I used Magic Grab to adjust. Still And I should keep on increasing that.
I used Magic Grab to adjust the size, Magic Expand to stretch the background, and even animated the image using a moving car.
And now I still feel that it needs to be expanded.
On page 2, I created a cartoon version of this.
And so I can keep on expanding that until I feel that particular whole voice or the narration is actually
the title Unlanterns. I added a colorful gradient effect and animated it with flying birds to make it more engaging.
See if it's
Open up the space, shape cropper to give it a clean frame, and text to make it more engaging. Page 3 is designed as a poster. I used Magic.
Okay, so we can reduce the size of this
colorful gradient effect and animated it with flying birds to make it more engaging. Page 3 is designed as a poster. I used Magic Expand to open up the space, shape cropper to.
We can expand it further. So all of our voiceover.
To give it a clean frame and text morph to style the message. It turned out as a
little bit further.
On page 1, I started with Magic Write to create.
Just going to quickly go over.
Bold and eye-catching travel poster. All these features show how Canva makes it easy to.
A little bit further because I've added a little bit of more element to wrap up the script. Just going to quickly
show how Canva makes it easy to turn one idea into.
Right. Anyways, this particular final video will be uploaded for you to watch on forum. So you will be able to see the final version of this particular video with every single element. So what I did in this video, I created a script where I've actually walked through what we have done from page 1, 2, and 3. Whatever edits we have done, whatever Magic Studio features we have used, everything that we have used in creating all these documents, I have actually created a script of it. So it's a kind of walkthrough, all right? So you'll be able to see. Anyways, with this, we do conclude our masterclass today. Some of the learnings, definitely, we have actually invaded into Magic AI tools for the Canva, which are really good in developing the visual content. Of course, it only makes sense when you are going to practice. Okay, it's very important for all of us to make sure that we practice it more, and we also we try it, and we have. I would like all of you to have some questions when it comes down to practicing the tools and doing the things, because unless you practice, you won't be able to understand what you're doing. Now, I really want to thank all of you for your participation today. I just want, if you can, please quickly, if you're here, just take the quick poll I have posted. It's just 3 questions. It allows me to get some feedback, and it also allows me to get better. Just remember, next master class would be on developing a website using Canva, and I hope to see you again.